So still some students have to come. Okay, so anyway, we'll start. So yesterday we finished with that steps for connecting MySQL with the Python. Okay, so we have seen both the theory steps as well as programmatic steps. Okay, so Python program also we have seen. So you see, so that all the steps are very important, and you should not change the steps also. That is a first step should be start a Python, and the second should be importing a module. So like that you have to uh, write every steps without shuffling. Okay, so that the important thing is you have to connect MySQL and Python using, see here, MySQL connector. Okay, use that pip command. So here you can see this pip install MySQL connector Python. Okay, so that will connect both Python and MySQL. So then that is the module you have to insert MySQL connector. Okay, import MySQL connector. This is the module. Then connection establishment, you have to use the connect function by giving the credentials host name. That is a system which you are going to connect. Okay, then in that particular system, what is the SQL's username and the password? Okay, then what is the database available in that SQL? You have to select any database. So use that database name here. Okay, so I am using school. Okay, so it will connect a school database present in that particular system. Okay, so next step, creating a cursor instance. So cursor, I already told you, we need some object to execute a SQL query, so that we need this statement. Okay, my cursor equal to mydb dot cursor. So this cursor function will execute the SQL query. In the next step, you see, we can give any query in this execute function. Okay, so after execution, you will get some output that will be shown in the MySQL for MySQL execution. But we are indirectly accessing database from the um, Python. So we should know this MySQL output should be shown in the Python screen. Okay, so that we have to fetch the data from the result set. So whatever the execute the SQL query, the result will be called as result set. Okay, so from that we need to fetch the data. Okay, so that is retrieving data from the result set. For that we having three functions, that is fetch one, fetch all, fetch many. So fetch one means it will retrieve only one record. Okay, fetch all means it retrieves all records from the result set. Okay, see all rows of a query result set and returns a list of tuples. Okay, so that is the usage of fetch all. Fetch one means only one record. Fetch many means you can give a size in the fetch many. Okay, by default it will be one. You can give any size. If you give 3 here, it will give you 3 records from the result set. Okay, that is the usage of fetch one, fetch all, and fetch many. Then yesterday we didn't see the command called a row count and a commit. Okay, row count means in a MySQL, if you insert or delete or update the records, means it will show like 3 rows inserted or 5 records updated, like that. So it will show how many records updated in the MySQL screen. So how will you get that output in the Python screen? Okay, for this connector module has on function called row count. It will get the affected rows count from the result set. So if you use this update command or insert command or delete command, that is all DML commands need commit function. Okay, so that that is operating in the records. So we should know how many records are affected by those function, those commands. Okay, for that we are having a function called row count. It will display number of rows affected by that SQL query. Okay, see, this is the command. So number of rows equal to my cursor dot row count. So this will store the affected rows in the number of rows variable, so that you can get it later. Okay, see here, number of rows in a student table are number of rows. Okay, so like this you can get number of rows count. Okay, then commit function, you have to give it for insert command, delete command, and update command. Okay, commit is very very important, because without commit it will not affect your database table. Okay, so commit function is very very compulsory. It is for confirmation. Okay, confirming the query. So I will show you that program screen. Okay, yesterday that I show you now. So again I show you. So what are the pre-requirement means? So in your system you have to install the Python. This is the first step. Second step, you have to install the MySQL. Third one, you have to connect both MySQL and Python using this pipe command. Okay, pip -m install mysql dot connector dot python. Okay, this will install the connectivity between Python and MySQL. Okay, so yesterday I show you these things: theory, concepts, theoretical steps, and practical steps. Okay, so here you see these are theoretical steps. Okay, that is a first step is starting a Python. Second one, import a module to connect with the MySQL. Okay, so straight away you see the command in the practical. Okay, you will get some idea that what is the module we are using. Okay, you see here, this is the module import MySQL dot connector. Okay, then third step, you see this is a establish a connection. Establish a connection. For that we need a functions. Okay, so we have to know about the functions available in MySQL Python connectivity. So first one is connect function for establishing the connection. So connect, you see here, this is connect function. MyDB equal to MySQL dot connector dot connect. You have to give those credentials like host name, username, password, and database. Okay, this is the third step. Then you have to create a cursor instance for executing the SQL query. Okay, so by using cursor function. Okay, the next function is cursor function. You see my cursor equal to mydb dot cursor. Okay, this is the function. It will create a instance for cursor to execute an SQL query. So see, the next step is executing SQL query using execute function. Okay, so execute function, you see here, it will execute the SQL query. uh, it will execute all type of SQL queries, all commands, all SQL commands like select command, insert command, update, alter, drop, create. It will execute all queries. Okay, so you can give whatever the query you need for output. You can give that query in the execute function. Okay, you can see here the same execute query. Okay, and I have given this commit function, and everyone note it down. Commit function will come only for DML commands. Okay, so what are DML commands? Anyone, students? Data manipulation language. It consists of insert, alter, and delete commands. Okay, so insert command and alter command, delete command need a commit function to affect the table. Okay, otherwise it will not make the transaction to the table. So you use this commit function after this execute query, executing a insert command or update command or delete command. You need a commit function to make our database affected by the Python. Okay, then after executing query we will get some result set. Okay, so how to get result into the Python screen means we need a any one of the three functions, that is fetch one, fetch all, fetch many. Okay, these are the three functions available to retrieve the data from the result set. Okay, so here I have given the example using fetch all. Okay, so you see my record equal to mycar dot fetch all. So it will retrieve all the records from the table. So how to display in the Python means use the for loop like this: for x in my record colon print x. Okay, so like this you have to use any one of the fetch command. Okay, so fetch one, fetch all, or fetch many. This is the function need. And just now I explained what is meant by row count. Okay, it will return the number of records affected by the SQL query. Okay, so whatever the query you are executing in the above step, it will affect some records. Okay, so that record count will be stored, or we can retrieve those number of records by using row count. Okay, it will display number of records affected. Okay, then finally we are having close function to close the environment. Okay, so you see close function you have to give like this: mydb dot close. It will close the connection. Okay, if you don't give this command means there will be a possibility of loss in our data. Okay, sometimes because we are indirectly accessing the database, if you didn't close the database properly, that is without closing by using close command, it will affect your database. Okay, students, everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you see this is the theoretical steps and the practical step. Then you just note down the next thing, that is example programs in this chapter. Okay, just note down next two four programs. Okay, anyway I will share these programs in the WhatsApp group. You just note it down now. So this first program for displaying the table with the condition, that is giving a condition. You can see the query: select star from student where age equal to 16. So here it should satisfy the condition and it will display the records. Okay, students understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So note down the program. The first one displaying the table with condition. The second program inserting the records and displaying the table. Okay. So you see all the all the commands are same except this SQL query. So depending upon the SQL query, we have to give one more command, like for insert we need a commit function. Otherwise, the all the commands are same. Okay, all the first three lines are same and the last close we are having the same function. Okay, so note it down. If you completed means just raise your hand. So you write these two programs. Students, everyone completed? Students, I'm asking you, everyone completed or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, you can see another two program also that is related to updating the records and deleting the records. You just see the command, remaining all are same as insert command. See the update command, update student, set age equal to age plus 1. Okay, so what will happen? It will update the particular column, it will add, it will increase the values by 1. Okay, and deleting the records and displaying the table. So here I given a condition, delete from student where roll number equal to 103. So it will delete that particular record and show you the output. Okay, these are the queries. There is a different programs. Okay, so depending upon the question you have to write the program. Okay, so the program is very simple. So you have to work out, you have to practice this program. Okay, first line start a program, second import a module, third one open a connection, fourth one creating a cursor instance, fifth one executing SQL query, sixth one fetching the records from the result set, that is the sixth one. Seventh one, closing the connection or clean up the environment. That is the seventh step. Okay. Students, everyone noted? Students, I'm asking you, everyone completed or not?
Completed, sir.
Completed. What about others? Iris, Munishwar, Roshan, Monish, Rafida, Bhargavi.
Completed, sir.
Completed, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so you just to practice this program, okay? And once again, I reminding you about the next week exam. Okay, so Monday you are having a weekly test. The portion for the weekly test is Unit 3, Chapter 2 fully. Okay, Chapter 2 that all SQL commands will come for the exam. Okay, so you practice with all type of questions. That maximum mark for the exam mark is 20 marks. For 20 marks, you have to write the exam. Okay, 1 hour exam, so you have to write for 20 marks. Okay, so that's all about today's class. Sorry, this class. I think one more class is there. That class, you study all the SQL commands. Okay, so I will open the connection and you just come and if there is any doubt, you can ask me with the SQL commands. Okay, students, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.